Welcome to the Prepper Almanac. We're glad you could join us today. Your presence here is deeply appreciated. As we navigate through uncertain times, it's more important than ever to equip ourselves with knowledge that could potentially safeguard our lives and those of our loved ones. In today's video, we're going to discuss a strategy that might seem straight out of a spy thriller, but could prove to be a lifesaver in a real-world scenario. We're talking about the concept of the gray man. So what is a gray man? It's not about the color of your clothing, but rather a survival strategy that emphasizes on blending in, becoming part of the crowd, and avoiding any form of unwanted attention or conflict. This strategy is not just about physical appearance and movement, but also about mastering situational awareness and human interactions. In a societal collapse scenario where law enforcement might be overwhelmed, adopting the gray man strategy could be the key to survival. As we go through today's discussion, if you find value in today's video, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. We would greatly appreciate it. We encourage you to watch the video till the end and let us know your thoughts about this strategy in the comment section below. So without further ado, let's discuss the art of becoming the gray man. In an era of societal disintegration, mastering the craft of becoming the gray man could be the linchpin to survival. This strategy emphasizes the importance of blending into the crowd, achieving near invisibility, and circumventing any form of uninvited attention or conflict. It's a technique already adopted by many individuals residing in hazardous neighborhoods, where gaining attention could instigate confrontations. In a societal collapse scenario where law enforcement might be overwhelmed, such a tactic becomes even more crucial. So what does it take to become the gray man? It begins with attire. While the inclination may be to associate the color gray with this concept, the objective is more about maintaining neutral and unassuming colors. Avoid flashy colors and anything that draws attention. Surprisingly, this even means avoiding camouflage clothing. In an urban context, camouflage could suggest that you're a prepper, a potentially inviting target for those seeking resources. Even though tactical gear might give you a sense of security, it's better avoided. Showcasing a tactical vest against an urban landscape could make you noticeable, implying you have resources others might desire. It's essential to remember that appearing resource-rich during a societal collapse could make you a target. The gray man is inconspicuous, seamlessly blending into the crowd. Avoid distinguishing yourself with unusual or bold behaviors. These could range from your walking style to your voice volume. Your mindset is equally important. Strive to avoid conflict, confrontation, and all forms of attention. This doesn't mean adopting a passive or submissive attitude. Rather, focus on circumventing unnecessary conflicts and interactions that might thrust you into the spotlight. A crucial aspect of becoming the gray man is mastering situational awareness. Situational awareness involves being alert and knowledgeable of your surroundings, while at the same time avoiding paranoia or excessive caution. It includes assessing your environment for potential threats and changing direction when you encounter one. It's about planning alternate routes, being aware of the physical environment, and looking up when walking past tall buildings. Subtly monitor your surroundings, staying alert to potential threats without drawing attention to yourself. Lastly, situational awareness also extends to human interactions. It's vital to avoid making eye contact as it invites conversation and potential confrontation. Be aware, but lower your gaze when approaching people, keeping your conversations to a minimum, and not volunteering information about your health, preparedness, home location, destination, or any other specifics about your movement or intentions will further help you to blend in. Never isolate yourself, but also maintain a safe distance. Move at the same pace as everyone else, as walking faster or slower makes you stand out. Avoid looking overly confident. During a societal collapse, people are likely to exude uncertainty and sadness. Therefore, appearing overly happy can make you a target for those curious about your apparent elation. Embodying the gray man is a survival tactic that demands thoughtful consideration and practice. It's about seamless assimilation, conflict avoidance, situational awareness, and staying alert. In a societal collapse scenario, transforming into the gray man could be your lifeline. It may be a permanent way of life. Until society recovers and some semblance of law and order returns to the streets, the gray man will be a critical behavior for anyone trying to avoid conflict or confrontation. Now let's discuss the critical aspect of navigating urban landscapes and maintaining digital detachment. While the gray man strategy emphasizes blending into the crowd, It also involves avoiding crowd gathering points unless necessary. In a scenario of societal collapse, certain locations such as grocery stores, police stations, fire departments, hospitals, and pharmacies could attract large crowds. These places, if operational, could become hotspots for conflict and attention. Both things the gray man avoids. If your presence isn't essential, plan alternate routes to circumvent these areas. An equally important aspect of becoming the gray man is avoiding the cell phone zombie syndrome. In our connected world, it's commonplace to see individuals engrossed in their mobile devices, oblivious to their immediate surroundings. Such behavior is detrimental to the gray man's approach for two reasons. Firstly, it distracts from situational awareness, reducing your ability to respond to potential threats. Secondly, your smartphone is a visible possession that could be highly coveted in a situation of societal collapse, making you a potential target, if it even works during a societal collapse. Thus, the gray man strategy encourages digital detachment. Keep your phone concealed, using it only in private or when absolutely necessary. Remember, the essence of the gray man strategy is to blend in and avoid drawing attention. Dressing appropriately for the weather and choosing the right accessories is a crucial part of becoming the gray man. In fact, inappropriate dressing can make you stand out just as much as flashy colors. For instance, wearing a thick winter coat in the middle of a summer heat wave is bound to draw attention. Likewise, wearing shorts and flip-flops in freezing temperatures will do the same. Dressing for the weather is not just about blending in, it's also about ensuring your own survival in harsh conditions. When it comes to accessories, the key is simplicity and functionality. Avoid flashy, expensive-looking items that could make you a target. Instead, opt for low-key, practical items that won't draw attention. For example, a simple, sturdy backpack is a better choice than a designer purse or a military-style rucksack. Wear a basic wristwatch instead of a flashy smartwatch. If you wear glasses, choose a simple, unassuming frame. And let's not forget about personal hygiene. In a societal collapse, maintaining cleanliness might be challenging, but it's crucial. However, avoid strong scents from soaps, shampoos, or colognes. These can attract attention and make you memorable, which is exactly what the gray man strategy seeks to avoid. Remember, the goal is to blend in and not attract attention. Dressing appropriately and choosing the right accessories can help you achieve this. By paying attention to these details, you can further enhance your ability to become the gray man. Now let's discuss transportation. In a societal collapse, common conveniences like cars may not be an option due to gas shortages or lack of vehicles. As a result, you may find yourself resorting to more primitive methods of transport, like pulling belongings in small wagons or carts. The key is to get to your destination and back without losing your possessions. Take a leaf out of the Third World Nations book where highway robbery is common. The tactic they employ is to disguise the value of the goods they're transporting. They load their wagons with valuable items, cover them with a tarp, and then add a top layer of debris like leaves, dirt, or grass, anything that looks of little value. To the casual observer, it looks like they're transporting rubbish, and they're less likely to attract attention. This tactic could be invaluable if you're transporting canned goods, hardware, or ammunition to a barter market in a collapsed society. Covering your valuable barter goods with a layer of charcoal, firewood, or even leaves will deter even the most desperate thief. Remember, the gray man's goal is not just to blend in, but to misdirect. The less interesting you seem, the less likely you are to become a target. In the world of the gray man, survival isn't just a solitary endeavor. For many of us, it extends to our families, and keeping them safe becomes a top priority. In a collapsed society, this means transforming your family into a gray family. Now, this isn't about having everyone fade into the background. It's about ensuring that each family member understands the principles of the gray man and knows how to apply them. Start by avoiding local travel as a group whenever possible. While there's safety in numbers, the presence of children, elders, or disabled family members can make blending in more challenging. If travel is necessary, make sure that each person who ventures out understands the importance of maintaining a low profile and can estimate their return time accurately. Introduce the concept of the gray man to your family in a gentle, understandable manner. It's crucial that they grasp this basic survival skill, especially as you cannot be with them at all times. For the adults, make sure they understand the fundamental principles of the gray man technique. As for the children, introduce the idea in a way that doesn't scare them but makes them aware of their surroundings. Remember, the goal isn't to instill fear, but to equip your loved ones with the tools they need to navigate a collapsed society safely. The gray man philosophy isn't just about personal survival. It's about ensuring the safety and survival of those you care about as well. In a collapsed society, the place where you live becomes more than just a home. It becomes your fortress, your safe haven, and your command center. Hence, it's imperative to apply the gray man philosophy here as well. This means making your house as unnoticeable as possible. Imagine a power outage scenario. If you have the resources to generate your own power, be cautious. Blazing lights in a darkened neighborhood are a beacon for unwanted attention. Maintain a low profile by keeping blinds closed and lights away from windows. Let your house blend into the darkness, just like every other house on the street. Secondly, be mindful of the smells you generate, especially when cooking. In a situation where food is scarce, the aroma of a cooking meal can travel far and wide, possibly attracting unwanted guests. Opt for cooking methods that produce less aroma. Boiling is one such method. If you're cooking outside due to a power outage, using LP gas can limit the odors you'd typically get from charcoal. Wrapping foods in foil or cooking in a pressure cooker can also help seal in any giveaway food aromas until you open the cooker indoors. Remember, the aim is not to live in fear, but to live smart. In a collapsed society, every action you take can have significant consequences. That's why we're diving deeper into some advanced tips for maintaining the gray man philosophy at home. Firstly, consider the foods you cook. Foods cooked in saucepans briefly may help reduce food aromas. Alternatively, you can simply eat some foods cold if they are already cooked or canned, minimizing the risk of attracting unwanted attention. Secondly, stay indoors as much as possible. You don't want your house to look abandoned, but it's a delicate balancing act. Anytime you are outside, you may be inviting someone to stop by for any reason, a situation best avoided unless it involves a trusted neighbor. Thirdly, consider creating stealth gardens. While having a garden is practical when food is scarce, keep it out of sight, such as behind the house or a fence. One solution is bucket gardening, which can be brought indoors at night or even maintained indoors. I even have a video about bucket gardening titled 20 Foods Preppers Can Grow in Buckets Year-Round. I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to check out that video next. An outdoor garden allows you to grow more, but indoor gardens, whether in buckets or hydroponic, can supplement your food supply when food is hard to come by. In a collapsed society, your home is your fortress. It's important to take measures to keep it secure and unnoticeable. Firstly, consider erecting a solid fence at least 6 feet tall around your property. This can keep people out of your yard and keep things in your yard out of sight. This may seem like a conspicuous move, but in a time of crisis, it can be a deterrent for potential intruders. Secondly, avoid leaving anything outside, especially tools and equipment that have value in a crisis. Any visible resources can attract unwanted attention and potentially lead to confrontations. Thirdly, it's important to keep your preparations to yourself. Don't let everyone in the neighborhood know you're a prepper. The fewer people who know about your resources, the safer you and your family will be. Lastly, if possible, park and lock your cars in the garage. In a crisis, a vehicle can be a valuable resource, and it's worth taking extra measures to protect it. Consider a locking gas cap and a locking car hood to further secure your vehicle from potential threats. Now, let's delve a little deeper into the concept of the gray car. This isn't about painting your car gray, but rather about ensuring your vehicle doesn't stand out or invite unwanted attention in a post-collapse society. Just as an overdressed person bedecked in jewelry can attract attention, so can a Humvee with multiple spare tires hanging on the sides, 5-gallon jerry cans of gas, and coolers on the roof rack. In fact, any vehicle with a lot of gear on the roof could make for an inviting target. This is a tough one, especially if you're in the middle of a bug out. But try to think of ways to make your vehicle nondescript and unexciting. Here are some random thoughts. Anything you have to strap to the roof or carry in a trailer should be totally contained or covered with a waterproof tarp, strapped down, and ideally crisscrossed with padlock chains. Tinted glass on windows can deter potential threats. If somebody is not sure who or how many people are in a vehicle, they may hesitate before determining that it's a target. Anything attached to the side of a vehicle like spare tires, gas cans, toolboxes, or anything else should be securely locked and securely attached to the vehicle. Avoid bumper stickers or tags that express any point of view, whether political, ethnic, or geographical. Your license plate will identify your state, but the less you reveal about yourself and your ideas and beliefs, the more anonymous you remain. Remember, boring is better. Exotic cars and high-end SUVs attract attention. If you're in the market for a new or used vehicle, dare to be boring. In our present time, the internet is practically inescapable. Even in a post-collapse society, it's possible that the internet will still function, and it's another place where the gray man concept should be considered. The internet is a vast, interconnected network where information travels at lightning speed, and nothing is ever truly deleted. It's all too common these days for many people, from politicians to billionaires, to toss out controversial and divisive opinions. However, if you're trying to keep a low profile, it's crucial to maintain a calm, non-provocative presence on the internet. Here are some suggestions for a gray internet experience. 1. Use a virtual private network, VPN, for any internet access. A VPN encrypts your internet connection, making it much harder for anyone to track your online activities or steal your information. 2. Consider using an anonymous name for your email accounts and social media profiles. This can help to protect your real identity from being easily discovered. Think carefully about what you share online. That's even if the internet is working in a societal collapse scenario. 1. Install robust antivirus software on all of your devices. This can help to protect you from malicious software that could compromise your online security. As we close out today's video on the gray man concept, we hope you've gained valuable insights into maintaining a low profile in both physical and digital realms. The art of becoming invisible, of blending seamlessly into the crowd, is a skill that could prove invaluable in a post-collapse society. If you have any questions, or if there are topics you'd like us to delve into in future videos, please feel free to let us know in the comment section below. We're always eager to hear from our community, and your input helps us create content that's relevant and valuable to you. Before you go, don't forget to hit the like button if you found this video helpful. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to our channel to stay updated on all our latest content. Sharing our videos with others who might be interested in prepping or are curious about the gray man concept is another great way to support us. Keep in mind that YouTube's algorithm and your viewing history will recommend the next video for you to watch, so be sure to check out the top left-hand area of your screen for our next recommended video. Thank you for joining us today, and remember, in a world that's always watching, sometimes the best defense is to fade into the background. Stay safe, stay vigilant, and most importantly, stay gray. Enjoy.